Hello students, today we are going to learn about the skeletal system. So the human skeletal system consists of all the bones, cartilage, tendons and the ligaments. So basically the skeletal system includes the bone, cartilage, tendons and the ligaments, and 20% of the person's body weight is made up of the skeleton. A baby's body has about 300 bones at the birth. This eventually fuse to form the 206 bones that adults have. So in the baby there are 300 bones, and in the adults there is 206 bones present. Now the parts. So bones, joints, cartilage and the ligaments are the parts of the skeletal system, and the skeletal system is divided into two divisions, that is axial skeleton and the appendicular skeleton. So first we will see about the bones. So the bones is mainly made up of collagen. Collagen is one type of protein, right? And the bone is living, growing tissue. Then what is the joint? So the joints is the part of a body where two or more bones meet to allow the movement. So this is the picture of a knee joint. You can see here, this is the knee joint. Now the cartilage. Cartilage is a smooth elastic tissue, a rubber-like padding that covers and protects the bones. Okay, so this is the cartilage which protect the bones ends, right? You can see here, this is the blue cartilage is here. Now the ligament. So the ligament is the fibrous connective tissue that connect the bones to the other one. So basically, ligament is nothing but the connection between the two bones. So this is the ligament. Now the tendon, a connective tissue attaching the muscles to the bone. When the muscles contract to move a joint, it is the tendon which pulls on the bone. So basically the tendon which is held in the movement, right? Which is attached to the muscles of the bone. Now coming to the axial skeleton. The axial skeleton includes the bone along the body's long axis. So the axial skeleton is consists the skull. Here the skull, then the ossicles that is in the middle here, right here. Then hyoid bone, then vertebral column. This is the vertebral column you can see in the picture, and the rib cage. Okay, so this is the picture of the axial skeleton. Now the appendicular skeleton. So the skeleton which includes the bones of the shoulder girdle, here it is, then the upper limb, pelvic girdle, then the lower limb. So this is the appendicular skeleton. In this two type of skeleton division, there are different area are divided in these two types of skeleton. Okay. Now the bones of human body. So as we know, total 206 bones present in the adult, but there are basic two types of the bone tissue. First one is compact and second one is spongy. So you can see here the compact bone, this is which is the homogeneous, and the spongy bone is a small needle-like piece of the bones. You can see here this is the small pieces, and you also see the space between these two between these spaces. So the space is there, and the needle-like pieces of the bone is seen in the spongy bone. So this is two type of the bone tissue. Now the gross anatomy of a bone. So this is the parts of the bone. You can see here the diaphysis, that is also known as the shaft of the bone, which is composed of the compact bone. Compact bone, that means here this type of tissue, bone tissue, right? Homogeneous. So this is diaphysis, or we can say shaft, which is composed of the compact one. Then epiphysis. You can see here this. So this is the epiphysis area, right? There is two epiphysis area, that is proximal and the distal. Okay. So basically this is the end of the bone, and which is made up of spongy bone. Spongy bones, that is needle-like structure. This is the spongy, right? So epiphysis is made up of spongy bone. So main diaphysis, that is shaft, and epiphysis. Okay, proximal and distal. Now periosteum, that is the outer covering. You can see here this is the periosteum, that means the outer covering of the diaphysis. okay, and which is made up of connective tissue. The membrane is made up of connective tissue. Then Sharpie's fibers, that is the secure the periosteum to the underlying bone. This is the fibers which secure the periosteum. This is the fibers, right? Then the arteries. Okay, basically the artery supplies the nutrients to the bone cells. So this is the nutrient artery which supplies the nutrients to the bones. Okay, you can see here the structure of the long bone as we study: compact, spongy, right? Then proximal and distal epiphysis, shaft, or we can say diaphysis. Okay, now the bone growth. So epiphyseal plate allow for the growth of a long bone during the childhood. New cartilage is continuously formed. Then older cartilage become ossified. Here one process is very important in the bone growth, that is the ossification. Ossification, that means the cartilage is converted into the bone. Okay, so here I mentioned that turn into the bone. So the cartilage is converted into the bone, that is known as the ossification. The cartilage is broken down and the bone replace the cartilage. Here it is mentioned that cartilage is broken down, right? And then it is replaced by the bone. So the bone growth is occur. Here it is the image of the bone growth. Here you can say that classify cartilage is here, then the primary ossification center. This is the primary ossification take place here, then secondary ossification is here, and then through the ossification process, the all the bone is growth is seen. Okay, so here you can see. So as we know, the total 206 bones present in the our body, so that is 22 bones in our skull. So 22 bones present in the skull, then 6 in the middle layer, then 1 in the hyoid bone, then 26 in the vertebral column, then 25 in the thoracic cage, 4 in the pectoral girdle, then 60 upper limbs, and as well as 60 in the lower limb, and 2 in the pelvic girdle. So total 206 bones in the body, right? Now coming to function of the bones. So support the body. As we know, the bones are the main which provide the support to our body. Then also protect the soft organ. Then movement due to attached skeletal muscles. As we know, the muscles are attached to the bones, so it is help in the movement. Then storage of the minerals and fat. Then blood cell formation. So this is the main functions of the bone. Now the bone are classified by their types. So long, short, flat, and irregular. So this is the classification of the bone. So here we end our session. Okay, so now classification of the bones by their shape. So there are mainly four classify. So first one is long, then short, flat, and irregular. So in that first one, long bone, so typically longer than the wide. As the name suggests, long, that means of course the bones which are long, it is included in the long bones, and that are femur and the humerus, have a shaft with the head at both ends and contain the compact bone. Now the second one is short bones, that basically in a cube shape. You can see in the picture the carpals and the tarsals are in the mostly cube shape, right? And these are the examples of the short bones, and mostly it is made up of spongy bone. Then third one is flat bones. The flat bone is the thin and the flattened, and usually in the cow. So the examples are the skull, cranial bones, right? Then scapula, then the sternum and the ribs. Okay, and thin layer of the compact bone around the layer of the spongy bone, right? So the compact bone as well as the spongy bone, both bones layers are present in the flat bones. Then the irregular bones, as the name suggests, irregular. So these bones have irregular shape, and the examples are vertebra and the hip. Okay, so these types of bones provide the site for the attachment of the muscles, tendons, and the ligaments. It's also provide passage for the nerves and the blood vessels. So this is the irregular bones. Now the types of the bone shells. So first one is osteocytes. This is the mature bone cells, okay, and the bone forming cells known as the osteoblast, and the osteocytes is the bone destroying cells break down the bone matrix for remolding and release of the calcium. So these three types of bones present in the bones, that is osteocyte, osteoblast and osteocytes. Now the changes in the human skeletons. In the embryo, the skeleton is primary hyaline cartilage. During the development, much of the cartilage is replaced by the bones. As I said earlier, cartilage is replaced in the bone by the process of ossification, right? And in the some area, cartilages remain